Welcome, my friends. My name is Evil Little Stew, and this is Chivalry Medieval Warfare. I'm here to cover a sort of... Well, no, this is a review of my thoughts on Chivalry Medieval Warfare. Now, I will do this in a sort of way where I will show you basically near enough everything about the game and explain a few things here and there. So, first of all, video options. As you can see, you got all the options that you would need really in a game where you bash the crap out of each other. You have your field of view slider, which is a standard 95, and you can send that way up if you prefer your higher field of view. I like it at 95, so that's where I'll keep it. And then of course you have all your other graphical settings, 1080p, full screen, detail, everything else. If you want to look at those, then you can pause the video. There's not really much there other than the basic things that you need. Helmet customization, this is only for people that actually did the Kickstarter. They will be able to do this. Sadly, for anyone else, there's nothing, which is a bit of a shame, because when I saw this, I was like, ooh, is there helmet customization? I was quite looking forward to that, but apparently there's nothing in it yet. So hopefully they will add to that, you know, down the line with DLC or something. Hopefully free DLC. So yeah, you have your key bindings. You know, you have everything. You can rebind every key near enough. You can have your combat keys, movement keys, utility keys. And there you go. You know, just rebind whatever you want to rebind, if you want to. That is. I don't really need to. So yeah, I just stay with default. You got one button dodge. I suppose you could turn that off. You got toggle sprint as well, so you could turn that off. No toggle crouch though. That's a bit of a shame, but never mind. Audio settings, yeah, you get what you would expect. We need to turn this down a bit more actually, because apparently in the game, well, in the game it's a bit too loud, so we just turn a few things down, and hopefully that'll be a bit better when we get into the game. So yeah, there seems to be but there's a few game modes really. You got free for all, which is, you know, free for all. You kill each other, and it's just hectic. You got team objective, which is Agatha versus Masons, which is, you know, one team does the objective and one does the other objective. So basically attacking and defending. Then you have last team standing, which is sort of like team deathmatch, but you don't respawn. So do be careful if you're playing that one. You have your team deathmatch, which everybody knows what team deathmatch is. There's no need to explain that. And that's it, basically. There seems to be a vast amount of servers, mostly official ones, which is always nice to have. So yeah, that's a good thing. I like that. Official servers are always good, and there's even servers for the Russians. Isn't that lovely? They can play there. So that's good. What else is there in this server menu? Sometimes you won't actually have servers, so there is a fix for that. I will try and get the link for that and put it in the description if you are having this problem. But I just have all the servers here, so I am fine. So let's hop into team objective, and we will do a review on the combat and the classes and the weapons and whatnot. So I will see you in game. Okay, welcome back people. We are in game now, and as you can see, we are at the class selection screen. Hopefully the sounds aren't too loud. It's going to be annoying if they are. But the archer is quite different. The archer has like 3 subclasses. As you can see, you have your archer, which is bow and arrow, then you have the crossbow, and then you have your javelin. So the archer sort of has 3 subclasses within it. Now the bows in this game are kind of hard to use, but when you get used to them, they are really deadly. I was playing a match just a minute ago, and one thing, now here's a negative point about this game, one thing that I found is that I was getting quick scoped by longbows. Surely you would not be able to pull back a bowstring and loose the arrow into someone's face when they're right in front of you trying to stab at you. But there you go, that's one of the beefs I have with this game so far, and we'll get more into the negatives and the positives as we go along. So I'm not going to showcase these just yet because I don't like playing as them, purely because I suck with them. I'm not going to say they're bad, I just suck with them. So And then you have the Mallet Arms, which is your like light foot soldier. He's quite fast, and he has the Broadsword, the Hatchet, and the Mace. So those are pretty good standard weapons. Each weapon basically has their own unique way of being used. Like essentially the Broadsword there, you see it has more speed, 41 damage, and 37% reach. So it's a very quick sword. It's used for quick cuts. Here, you can see the Hatchet is basically the same, but it's a little bit faster on the speed, but a lot less reach than the Broadsword. So you have to be really close and personal to use that really. And the Mace. Now the Mace has less damage, which I'm a little bit confused about. Apparently less speed, but a bit more reach. You really would have thought the Mace would do quite a lot of damage, considering it's a bludgeon weapon. You're kind of smashing someone's brains in with that, so I don't know. I guess that does less damage. Then for your secondary, you know, you have your usual the dagger and the short sword. The dagger is going to be faster, but less damage and less reach, of course. So you can cut people up quickly, but it's going to do less damage. And then the short sword is a little bit slower, but it has more damage and more reach, of course. And then you have your specials. Specials are like a third weapon, something that you can use when you're in a pinch. So the Mallet Arms has throwing knives, oil pot, which is like a burning bomb kind of thing. You can have a buckler if you're using a one-handed weapon, or you can have the heater shield, which is a medium-sized shield, which gives you some good defense. It's better than the buckler, of course. And then you can do the shield basher, of course. So we'll move on, and we're going to go to the Vanguard. Now the Vanguard is my favorite class. As you can see, I have different weapons unlocked for this person. The Vanguard is essentially like, he's more of a defender than an attacker. He helps, I would say. He's like a support role. He's mostly with the reach of the weapon. So as you can see, you have the great sword, you have the claymores, the spears, the fork. I've been using these ones more, mainly the halberd. As you can see, the reach is immense on it, and so the damage is really good, but the speed is slow, so you have to make sure your attacks are gonna land, or you're in a bit of trouble. So yeah, this guy is like the medium, is a bit weaker than the knight, but you can definitely deal a good amount of damage if you're very skilled with these weapons. Like I said, they're the longest weapons in the game, so you have your advantage just on pure reach alone, so do try to avoid getting in close when using these weapons. Secondaries are the same really. You got the short sword, and they have a war axe. You can see the war axe does significantly a lot more damage, less reach, and well, less speed, of course, but it does a lot more damage. Then the specials, you have throwing axes, throwing knives, and smoke pot. I'm actually going to equip the throwing knives because I've not used them yet, so we'll do a few things about that. Okay, so let's cover the knight and then we'll get into the game. The knight has the biggest and baddest weapons in the game. He is the tank of the game, basically, and he will ruin your day. As you can see here, we have the double axe. Lots of damage, very slow though, not so good reach. So you can chop someone's head off probably in one hit or maybe two hits if you get a very precise hit with this thing. It's deadly. Then you have the warhammer, which is a one-handed weapon, so you can use a shield at the same time. It's not bad, it has good speed and good damage, but the reach is a bit ugh, so you got to be careful when using it, but I think you could deal some nasty damage with that. And then you have the long sword. You can use this in either two ways. It can be one-handed or two-handed, as you can see there, in one or two hands. It's not. Oh, this is the bastard sword. So yes, it's not related to any family. It's or one and a half-handed, as some people say. So you can use this with a shield or without a shield. It's basically an all-around weapon, really. It's got the reach, it's got the speed, and it's got the damage. So it's a good weapon, basically. Here you have the mace and the broadsword. So the secondaries kind of are just copies of other people's weapons. The knight only has two specials, that's the throwing axe and the tower shield. So we will jump in with the Vanguard and I will show you the halberd. Oh, that's a lot of talking. So I believe we are attacking and we are trying to burn stuff. Now, burning is harder than it seems, but okay, we seem to have done that. And we have moved on to pushing the card. 10 seconds on that. What? Don't know what we're voting for, but okay. Just got myself on there. As you can see, there is siege weaponry in this game. There are catapults, and there is a ballista over there. Also, that can be used. Oh, that guy got a nice hit taking out 2 people with that shot. So yes, the siege weapons are nasty once you know how to use them. A good thing about the Vanguard is after you sprint for a while, like most classes, you can do a jump attack, like so. It's very effective. This guy has a fork, he has less reach, so he's a bit more open than I am in my stabbing strike. As you can see, got killed there. There's an archer on the bridge, and he is not going to be. As you can see, he did a slashing attack on me, which is, he has a better weapon for slashing than I do. So essentially each weapon is balanced around that certain way you want to play. So let's change up weapon, and we will use the slashing. And try and cut some heads off. Because we all know that is fun. So as you can see, there's 2 knights there. You can see they're both playing in the different styles. One has the hammer and one has the 2-handed sword. So they're playing in their own way. And this guy has the same weapon as me. He's primarily a slasher. You don't want to be stabbing with the weapon. But a nice overhead attack would also do a lot of damage with that. We're going to try and get up here and deal with this archer. Oh, he got team killed. As I said, you want to slash with this weapon. You can stab and you can overhead, but it is primarily a slasher. So yeah, you've got to be careful with this because you probably will it's a good weapon once you get used to it. So let's use the bill hook. The bill hook is kind of better than both. It sacrifices some reach, but essentially it's a really good stabby weapon and a really good slashing weapon. So it basically has the best of both worlds. So essentially, there's basically 3 types of weapons. You have your weapon that's best for slashing, your weapons that's best for stabbing, and your balanced weapons that are best of both, but sacrifice a few things in doing so. So overall, the game is actually really well balanced. The only issue I've come across so far is being quick-scoped by archers. I really do think there needs to be like a limit on how far they have to pull back before they can let the arrow loose. I think that would make the game much more fair. Because when have you ever seen a scoping archer? Just saying. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah. Overall, from so far, like I've played this game quite a fair bit, and I'm not the best player by any stretch. Oh, what happened there? He took some kind of ballista hit and got charged down there, but he shortly took an arrow to the face. So let's bring up the archer class. Please. Do not judge the archer class on the following gameplay. But really, I'm not gonna soften it. The archer class is hard to play. It's a really tough class, and it takes quite a lot of practice to get used to it. Unless you have some artificial helper, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, really, it takes a lot of work. And I have full respect for a good archer. Because the amounts of it's just really hard to pull off a good shot. I'm retreating here because there was an evil person in my midst. Oh, we just took a crossbow to the gut. So let's compare the crossbow and the archer. What's the differences? Well, the crossbow deals more damage, as you just saw there. But they have a much longer reload time. An archer can just noose an arrow, fire it, and then noose another one and fire it. A crossbowman has to reload his weapon before he can actually fire again. Basically like any other crossbow, really. So you have to be very careful with your shots. An archer, not so much, because you can just loose an arrow, then loose another one, and then loose another one. Yes, we got a hit. We got a hit. Like I said, I am not a good archer. By any stretch of the means, I am not a good archer. But anyone who is, you know, archery can be a really good thing for you. Maybe if you're really good at it. If you have a good aim, then try it. But for me, I just suck. As you can see. You have to really lead on with your arrows. Oop, just hit my own teeth. You really have to lead on with your arrows, which I'm not the best at. So it takes a lot of practice, I think. It takes a lot of time and practice to actually be able to lead on with your arrows. To the point where you can actually get some really good hits. And then of course you've got to take in consideration the heights of the person, where they are, you know, all that fancy tangled stuff. And honestly, I'm not the best at that, at height correction and whatnot. So yeah, maybe if you're like elite COD snipist or something, maybe you'll be good at this. Oh wait, never mind. COD doesn't have the that system, does it? Never mind. Then Battlefield elite COD. Yeah, never mind. Let's move on. Hopefully this won't last much longer because I wanna show some other classes. I don't want to be stuck on the longbowman. Sorry. I was just asking for fish and chips. Yes, this isn't a formal review by any stretch of the means. Because that's not how I do things. I don't really care. I'm not going to be, oh yes, this game performs very well on DirectX 9 and the system specifications are this, and this. No, I don't really care. I'm going to say what I think of the game and what I think of each class and each weapon and whatnot. So, yeah, don't like arrows. Got it? Don't like them. Don't like them. I'm much more of a in-your-face, I'm going to stab you kind of person. But like I said, full respect for the people that can use the arrows and stuff. It takes a lot of work. It really does. So, this is the knight. The knight is slower than most classes. As you can see, he's got a bill hook. So, actually, that sacrifices... Ooh, he's dead. He sacrifices quite a fair bit of range to use that weapon. So I'm not too worried when it comes to fighting him. But there are a lot of people around here. And I have no doubt that I'm going to die. Because there are a lot of people. A lot of people on my 6. Yeah, that was just bleh. Unfair. Unfair. So, let's start talking about the game. Why do I like it? Why do I enjoy it? I really enjoyed the old Age of Chivalry mod, but I was never really any good at it. Honestly, I kind of sucked. But maybe that's because I never really tried. I kind of just ran in and started cutting up people. Or I would only try the archer. And I kind of sucked as the archer. Maybe that's why I never really played it much, because I never tried the other things. But either way, the old Age of Chivalry mod is amazing, and it's a great way of telling if you would enjoy this. So if you have if you have Half-Life 2 or Counter-Strike, any kind of Source game, definitely try and download the Age of Chivalry mod, so you can see for yourself what this game is actually like. Because essentially it revolves around the same principles of Age of Chivalry. Which is slashy, I'm going to stab your face off. So it's basically the same mechanics, but it just looks much nicer, and it's done a lot better with better animations. So if you want to find out what the game's like, definitely try Age of Chivalry. In fact, Age of Chivalry is still probably one of the best ones out there. This is good, but it's only got a few maps. Age of Chivalry has been out for a very long time, and the mod community has done a lot for it. So there are a lot and lots of maps out there for that game, where this only has 7, I believe. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to open up to modders. I really hope they do, because honestly, the modders made Age of Chivalry what it is. And without those modders, I don't think they would get the funding for this, to be honest. So I would assume, and I would be shocked if they didn't actually open up this to the mod community, to let them do what they do. I don't think anyone would spend their time messing around to make the game bad. There's no point. Why would you waste your time doing that? So it can only make a game better, really. It can only make a game better than what it is. Ooh, no one's defending the bomb cart. Now's my chance. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. He got bluffed. So yeah, that's the knight. The heavy, clunky, blunky, stabby kind of class. So yeah, let's just kind of recap or wind up the classes. Archer, long range support, weak as hell, kinda useless class. That's how I sum it up in my way. Yeah, that's how I sum it up in my way. The Mallet Arms. I don't see many Mallet Arms at all. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I don't know why. I've seen a few. Like there's one there. But really, I don't see many Mallet Arms. And I think it's because the Vanguard and the Knights probably have the best advantage. But the Vanguard, the Mallet Arms has its own unique way of doing things. Like, it can still put up a good fight. So maybe it needs to be a bit. I think devs really do have to work on this game a lot more. There are a few issues, things like not knowing where to burn and not knowing what exactly the objective is. Can be kind of frustrating to some people. And quick scoping archers. Quick scoping archers. Let's say. So, anyways, back to where we were. Summing up the classes. Yeah, the Mallet Arms. They do good. Seems like we're gonna go into another match now, so I will carry on the summing up and blah 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 after this next match. So I will see you in the next match. Welcome, people! It seems to be on to last man standing now, team standing, which really isn't my favorite game mode. That's kind of annoying. But anyways, let's carry on with the summing up. What were we on? Vanguard! Vanguard is the next one to sum up. Vanguard, I like it. The Vanguard feels really good to play. Oh dear. Vanguard is really good to play. It has the reach. It's just a really good class, I feel. It has the advantages over many of the other classes, especially with the range that it has. And its weapons, they just have a really good range. They have an overall advantage. As you can see here, this is a Vanguard taking on a Knight. Oh, got him! Yeah, so that Vanguard really messed up that Knight there. So as you can see though, not a Vanguard, a Mallet Arms can stand up to the Knights pretty easily. So don't be shocked if you see that often. Seems like we have a guy. Oh, we're dead. So yeah, the Vanguard. The Vanguard is like a long-range support melee troop, as it were. They have the weapons that have the longest reach, like the spear, the fork, the halberd, the billhook, the poleaxe, things like that. They have the long-range, deadly weapons that will stab you and you will feel it. They hurt, basically. So watch out for those. Those are nasty. So yeah, Vanguard is good. I like Vanguard a lot. I like the weapons. Definitely the weapons feel good. Other than that, there's not really much to talk about the Vanguard. It has multiple weapon specials, so it's an alright class, I suppose. The Knight, as we've already said, is the heaviest of the heavy. He has the armor and all that, but I don't think there's really armor values. I don't think being a Knight matters to your health, which is kind of confusing, because it did in the old one. So I'm actually really confused on what they're doing with this, because it just feels like each class is exactly the same as the other, which is weird, but it's fine, you know. And the Knight, yeah, basically just heavy, basically. You know, he does damage. He hurts people a lot. As you can see here, we're getting quite a nasty fight. I just snapped that guy because he has a short hook. I have the elbow. Ow. Team kills can be really annoying, especially if it's an arm. Yes, we took him down. I gave a hand. Oh, he had his head cut off. The animations, I really do like the animations in this game. They feel very, very nice. They're clear, they're smooth, they're just done well, really. So I'd give animation, if there was like a score out of 10, I'd give animation at least an 8 out of 10. Audio is definitely going to get an 8 out of 10 again. The audio is very, very nice. Though I feel like there could be more immersion. Could do with a few more things. Other than that, it's actually really, really good. The audio is very nice and crisp. So it does what it's meant to do. Graphics I would give a 9 out of 10. For a DirectX game, a DirectX 9 game, the graphics are actually quite nice. I have a few things turned down, but for like a game like this, which was a mod and turned standalone, the graphics are lovely. They are done really nicely. Textures are pretty good. So yeah, there might be a few bugs like that, but overall I would give the graphics at least a 9. Because I like them. I think they're done really well for how the game is meant to be played. Which is messy, dirty, grimy. And I think it's achieved that. It's done it really well. So definitely, yeah, 9 for that. We have our throwing weapons, yes we do. But we missed it. Oh, stabbed in the back. So this is last team standing, so I guess you get a good perspective of each game mode, I suppose. Even though I really don't like last team standing that much. So I'm not quite sure why I'm playing it, because I had to. Oh, I'm gonna team kill in a minute. You got me. What else is there to talk about? Have I covered everything? It's been quite a long video. I may have covered most things. Controls feel nice. We haven't covered the controls. The controls feel good. You know, standard WASD. You've got mouse click one just to swipe. Mouse wheel up does snapping, and mouse wheel 2 down does downhead, and of course mouse click 2 blocks. So the controls are good. Combat feels really nice. It doesn't last long, really, which is a good thing. That's what the developer went for, and he's definitely achieved it. And achieved it at a great level, I feel. So yeah, the combat's nice. I like it. Combat would be, I would say, an 8.5 out of 10 for the combat. So comparing this to War of the Roses, which I'm not going to. Apparently War of the Roses combat's a little bit more shoddy because you can basically charge up and attack miles before you're even near the person, which is kind of stupid. If you want to see a War of the Roses in comparison to this, Turtle Biscuit's done a video on that, so you can go watch that instead. But my overall thoughts on this game and overall score is, it's a good game. You can stab people, slashy, stabby, choppy. It's good fun. It's good mindless, crazy, in-your-face fun. And if you're looking for a game where you can take out some stress, or you just want to piss about, then this is a really good game for that, because it's just mental. In fact, I'm probably going to do reviews from now on and call them Stu's Mental Reviews, because my reviews are kind of crap and make no sense. So, there you go, that's the name of my reviews. Looks like this guy's going to get off the edge. Oh, he got edged, as I'm saying. So yeah, overall, I would give this game probably an 8.5 overall for what it is. And what it is a medieval combat fighter game, and it does that really well. In fact, it does it greatly. If we just okay. Hello, you're a good one. Oh, but you can't block a shot to the side. But yeah, 8.5 for this game, and my overall rating would be stabby stabby, slashy slashy. It's a fun game. That's basically my rating on this, because my ratings don't matter. So yeah, stabby stabby, slashy slashy, good game, buy it. If you're into medieval things, then yeah, you would definitely like this. It's just mindless fun. That's about it, really. Yeah, not really much else to talk about. The weapons feel good, each weapon is balanced in its own way. Quick scoping archers suck balls. They're annoying. There's not really much else to add to it, really. Game modes are all fun. Team objective is the main one because that's the one they put the most focus into. And rightly so, because that was basically the main objective of the old game, was just to play the objective. And I think they've achieved that very well. They've done a really good job of doing team objective. They've put a lot of work into it, and I think it's worked nicely. Stabbed him in the arse as he was jumping down. So yeah. Oh, stab you in the back. Oh, we got stabbed in the back. So yeah, guys, this is my long, boring review on Chivalry Medieval Warfare. You got a lot of gameplay footage out of it as well, so I mean, if you're looking for gameplay footage, then you found a lot of gameplay footage. See? Oh, see? So, yeah. Long video on a lot of stuff. Well, anyways, guys, my name is Evil Little Stu, and this has been a long review. So, yeah. I hope you enjoy it. Tell me what you think in the comments. Please leave a like. And if you play this game, if you get this game, let me know. And maybe, just maybe, we can get a game sometime. Things don't seem too good on some other servers, so maybe if you're lucky. Don't know. We'll see. Anyways, guys, my name is Evil Little Stu. This is Chivalry Medieval Warfare. I will, oh, in the face! Catch you in the next one. See you later.